Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Just wanted to give you a quick little update. There's not a lot visual updates to give you. We went there today, and the house was very clean. They cleaned it up. They moved all the construction materials and stuff out of the way. Um, Boxes, garbage, mess, all that stuff is cleaned. Now it just looks like a nice framed house. Nothing in it. They did some more electrical and wires and pipes and stuff. And but it's not really a lot to change since last time. Um, Now they're getting ready to put the insulation in. They did the pesticides. They either did or they will be doing the pesticides, and they're going to clear out the bugs and stuff. So I guess we don't have bugs and stuff living in the walls. So I'm happy they're doing that. I'm not a fan of bugs. So that's good to know that they're doing that. I hope they do it again before we move in. As we said, we're building the Memphis 2 with K.Hovnanian. And so just to walk you a little bit through that process and where we are now. Uh, this has been a long process so far because we signed the contract way last summer in August of 2021.
Yep.
Yep. We signed the contract then, and things started out to be moving fast because we signed the contract. We picked a lot. First, you go there, you meet with the sales rep. They walk you through different floor plans and stuff. They price it out for you. We did that. And then the next week, we went back and said, yeah, we want to do it. We picked out our lot. And that day, the day that we signed the contract, we also picked what the outside of the house would look
The
like.
elevation and the colors.
Yeah, the elevation and the colors. We went with, we knew we wanted a black door.
Yeah.
So we kind
They wouldn't give us anything we wanted. So we took whatever was free because everything, I didn't like 3 elevations. Not all of them was corny to me. So we picked the free one, and then wouldn't give us the colors we wanted. So we agreed that we want a black door and a black garage. They couldn't give us a black garage. We took the black door and the colors that went with that. We just took. So
yeah. So our house is, we have some stone that'll be underneath the windows. I think it's like a tannish thing, and then the siding is tannish as well. With the black door, like he said, we couldn't get the black garage door. But now I am kind of regretting just picking whatever elevation, whatever the cheapest elevation was, because
we had no idea our neighbors was gonna be outshining us the way they are.
now with the custom home built right next to us, our house is like, oh, maybe we should have spent a little more time on the outside, caring about the outside. But I mean, it is what it is. It's still a nice house. We're gonna be most of the time inside the house anyway. So that was that. Yeah. So back to the process. So we basically just picked out the elevation outside. Then we went to the lot. We walked around the lot, took some pictures, and that was the day that we signed. And that was August. And then it was a few days after that, or the next day or something, we got an email from the design center and making an appointment, which was that same week. We signed the contract on the 14th.
Saturday, and then we went to the design center on a Wednesday.
Yeah, so we went to the design center, and before we go to the design center, they send you an email with all the choices and options they have, just so you can get your an idea of what they have. So I guess you're not there all day. You get one appointment, but we could go back and make another appointment if needed. So we looked through the email, we looked at the stuff that they had, and we agreed on, okay, we like this, we like this. The only thing they didn't have in the email was flooring. They said that we'll cover that in person when we get there. I mean, we didn't pick anything through the email. It just gave you a nice choice, so me and him can go through it, and it just helps you decide quicker on what you want. So then we went to our design center appointment. You can look back and see that video. Some of the things were a little disappointing with the design center was that they didn't have some of the options that we wanted. Things. One of my things that I really wanted was a waterfall countertop. Really wanted that. The countertop it goes all the way down to the side. I wanted the marble waterfall countertop. They look so pretty and so gorgeous, but they did not have that. And we also couldn't get the countertops the same as the backsplash. Like we wanted the countertops to be going all the way up to the same to the backsplash, but they couldn't do that. But I am happy with the backsplash that we picked. Yeah. So I think our kitchen will look very nice.
We'll see. I didn't like the flooring options, so I knew the flooring was going to cost us the most because the type of floor I wanted the high gloss
porcelain
tile, and it was a certain style that I was really wanting to get, and they didn't have that style, so we went with the whatever was free, and then we made sure that we had the color that she wanted.
Yes, I mean I always was a fan of the LVP. I wanted that, so I was happy that they did have that, and it was included in the options. So one other thing, I thought that we would be able to pick like the doors and the doorknobs and the type of windows we want.
Yeah, we didn't get none of that.
Yeah, because we're building semi-custom, so it's not fully custom. But I know some other semi-custom places, they allow you to do that, but
that's okay. Fully custom is coming.
No, it's not. This is our forever home. we couldn't pick that. So I was a little disappointed because I wanted the 5-panel doors, but I think these are just going to be the regular 2 panels, but it's just a door, so it's okay. And we couldn't do,
I wanted the doors to be 8 feet. They couldn't do that. I was like, whatever. I wanted French doors in the front. They couldn't do that.
In the front of the house, they can't do that. They said that was an HOA thing, but they did have the basic stuff that we wanted. We were able to get. So after we go to the design center, then it's just a waiting game, a very long waiting game. We actually got an email with pictures saying, "Hey, here's your update," and the basement cement was already poured, and we're like, "Oh." I said, what happened? I thought we were doing a pre-construction meeting. And so we contacted the sales agent who's like, oh, yeah, it's coming. And we called our realtor and to see if, that was normal to start building before the pre-construction. So she contacted the sales agent, and apparently what do you call them? It's not a program manager. Project manager was sick or something. He was sick. He was sick. Yeah, he got COVID. So they couldn't he couldn't meet with us. We did our pre-construction meeting with our sales agent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically the pre-construction meeting, I don't know what a normal pre-construction meeting is. This is the only one that we had with our sales agent, and he just went through every option that we chose and all the upgrades and stuff that we chose. That's it. And then we were getting updates every week from the project manager. It was like a weekly update. They were really nice updates. They had pictures.
It was detailed.
Pictures of where they were, what to expect next, what they accomplished, and what they did, what they were going to do the next week, and how our closing date, we're supposed to close in June. We don't have an exact date in June, but they just said we're still on time for June. Then we noticed that the updates weren't coming anymore. They stopped coming. So I emailed everybody in the email line to ask them, hey, can I have an update, please? And our sales rep answered back and said, oh, we're changing the process. It's not as we're getting a new system for updates. So he'll be doing the updates now. So he sends us updates now. They're nice, but they're not anywhere near as detailed as the other ones were. It's just like a picture of the outside of the house, and it says well, actually, it's just a picture of the outside of the house. Here's your update. And then he calls
He'll
him.
call me and he'll let me know everything that was done that prior week. But it's
Yeah.
I'd rather it to be in the emails, and that way we both got it, and she can see it as well. And so this, when he calls me, I just don't pick up, and then he'll leave it all on my voicemail. That way she can hear what he says. And
Yeah.
it's whack.
I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah.
So until like they get their new process, if they're getting one, I don't know if they just said that, but then one of the weeks, a few weeks ago, we went there and we actually met one of our neighbors, and they told us that the project manager has been fired or left or I won't say fired. I don't know if they were fired.
He's no longer there.
Yes, he's no longer there. So that's why we haven't been getting the nice, pretty updates and stuff that we were once getting.
And our sales agent is no longer in that area.
Yes.
They moved him to a different location, so we'll never see him again. But we have to still converse with him to find out updates on the home. So for the pre-drywall inspection, we should meet our project manager.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, that'll be nice. So our next process is the drywall inspection, and we are going to hire our own inspector for that. But as far as going back to the process, some of the hiccups that we have had so far, we went over the tub in the other video. That wasn't a huge thing.
That was nothing.
To you, because you didn't want the tub.
Nobody want to be bathing in there. What did that girl call it? A soup of dirt.
Anyway, the valet or the mudroom, some people may call it. K.Hov calls them the valet. Now we paid for the valet an upgrade, $1,400 for an upgrade because we wanted a valet. The valet, as soon as you enter from the garage, there's going to be a place to hooks and bench and shelves, not shelves, what do you call them? Cubbies.
Yeah, cubbies.
To put so the kids can come in, put their book bags and hang their coats and stuff, and place to put your shoes so you're not trampling dirt or anything in the house. So that's perfect. I always wanted that. I paid for the upgrade for it. It was great. So they have pictures on their website of the valet. They had it in the model home of the valet. We went in the model home, so the valet. So we're like, oh yeah, this is perfect. So when we did go look at one of the other homes in the community that was further along the process, they allow you to do that. We noticed they had a valet, but it didn't look anything like the valet on the website.
It was whack.
And in the it didn't look like the website, and it didn't look like the model home, which actually on the website it is the model home.
Yeah.
So it didn't look like that. It was a lot smaller. I think it only had like three hooks or something.
The model home had what, five?
So it
didn't even go from wall to wall. Like the model home was like from one end of the wall to the other end of the wall. It covered the whole span. And this particular home that we went into, it didn't even go to the whole other side of the wall. It stopped short. And we asked the sales rep, one of the sales reps there, and she was like, it's because their home is different from our home. So then we asked our sales agent, and he was like, no, you're going to get that one. And then we was like, screw.
Yes, and that's when I was like, ooh,
take it back.
I don't want that one. That's not what we want. That's not what I thought it would be. That's not what I thought I was paying for. And he's like, oh, that's the model home. Some of the things, no.
That's false advertising.
If it's going to be different from the pictures on your website and what you tell us, then you need to let me know that, because then I would pay for my own to get my own installed later. Why am I paying $1,400 for
garbage?
Yeah, something that I don't like. I thought it would at least have 5 hooks and be big enough we're a family of 4. So something big enough for all of us to hang our jackets or something when we come in from the garage. I don't want 3 hooks. I wanted 5, and I want it to be nice.
Then he says, we can pay $500 for a change fee to get it taken out, and then they'll rebate us the $900, the difference on closing. And that was one of the issues that we felt like we shouldn't be paying a
he,
fee. So
he didn't know if he could do it. Then he said, okay, he could do it for the $500, but so did we want to do it? I said, I want to know exactly how big, what it's going to look like. And he was supposed to, he was going to send us measurements and like a picture of what it's going to look like. And then he came back and said that they don't have a picture of what it's going to look like. They build it on site. And we're like, well, if you're going to build it on site, then build what we want. And he said, well, we still may be able to get what we want. It's just, we're going to have to discuss it with the project manager from the pre-construction. I mean, not pre-construct, the pre-drywall meeting. He said, talk to him with it then to tell him exactly what you want since they build it on site. So
hopefully that'll go smooth. We'll see.
Hopefully we'll get
Keep you
something.
updated.
I at least want 4 hugs. So that's all we got for you so far. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to let me know. Hopefully next week you'll be able to see the installation. And that's all we got. We were able to go and sign our names, and have the kids go and write things on the frame and stuff in the house, just well wishes and nice stuff like that. So that is all we have for you. Tune in next week. Bye.